Hi guys, it's reaction time. We got the band Stormwarning and the song Satellite Falling. Already heard the first song, Eye of the Storm, first single, absolutely fantastic. Loved it. And I've been meaning to get round to this one that came out a few days ago. I think it was on Friday. The album's coming out March the 17th on Frontier's self-titled album. The band is sort of centered around this great vocalist called Santiago Ramonda. Just brilliant vocalist. Loved that first single, like I said. And also my job this weekend is to listen to the full album, which have already been sent by Frontiers last week as well. And I'm sort of glad I didn't get to listen to the full album, because this came out literally, I think, the same day that the full album got sent to me. I was like, oh good, now I can do another reaction, and then the album review, which I'm more than likely going to do. Album reviews are a bit harder because a lot of work goes into those, you know, sitting down, listening to it a few times, notes and all that. So the reaction videos, just to let you guys know, and I know a lot of you guys prefer reaction videos, but they are literally very easy to do from start to finish. You know, you listen, you give your reaction. Editing takes literally not long at all, as you can tell by my unprofessional editing. They're literally, I can have, you know, loads done in a short space of time. So album reviews take a lot longer for everything from start to finish. So that's might be why you don't see as many. But I think you guys, you know, let me know in the comments below. You probably prefer reactions anyway. But I do try to do as many reviews as I can, and I think the Stormwarning review should be done because of what I've heard so far, that first song, and hopefully this one. So yeah, centered around this guy Santiago Ramonda, with lots of other musicians involved, obviously. But this is the second single. This is Satellite Falling. Here we go.
Distant signs are fading, the last time to say goodbye. Solid stars are waiting to drown my breath, my time. I was taken by the gravity, impossible to keep control. Breaking point won't another day. I'm sent help from the base below. I'm falling into nowhere. Let me know, no myself. Satellite falling. I close my eyes to hear you calling. I'm one with the stars, I'm one with the force. Give me all to keep my course. Satellite falling. I close my eyes to hear you calling. I'm one with the stars, I'm one with the force. Give me up to keep my course. From the bed to waiting, all my different atmosphere, all the seasons changing. It's so hard in their machine. And faith, any kind of belief. There's the faith and science in one creed. The light awaits for the eclipse. To recharge the hope we must to keep. Ready for tomorrow. Let me know, myself. Satellite falling. I close my eyes to hear you calling. I'm one with the stars, I'm one with the force. Give it up to keep our course. Satellite falling. I close my eyes to hear you calling. I'm one with the stars, I'm one with the force. Give it up to keep our course.
Yeah, great, man. I mean, a bit different than the first song. Not that much different. We're talking melodic rock here. But this is more, you know, guitar-driven AOR. We may have heard stuff like this before, especially from the Frontiers, you know, releases. But you still have to be good at it, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I listen to first time and don't upload onto this channel. people say to me, and I sound like a broken record, I know. But people say to me, why is it always positively? Why? Some people, not all, a lot of people like the positive vibes on this channel, and I like to keep it that way, really. But there are a few people that say, you know, not everything can be great, Lee. There's so much that I do reactions to that you will never see, and they're negative. And I will go through the reaction, and it'll be a new band, you know, an up and coming band, and I won't even bother editing. I don't think we need that sort of, new bands need that sort of negative reaction to their songs. So you don't see a lot of stuff that I've reacted to. You never see it. Never gets edited, never gets uploaded. And that's what I want to be different on this channel. And it's just, oh, by the way, if I don't like songs from Metallica or Iron Maiden, I'll tell you. Because, you know, like I said, little lowly iridium rock and metal reviews, you know, Metallica are all of a sudden not going to sell any albums because I don't like their song. All right, so I will upload those because I don't make any bit of difference in what I say about those. So that's that little, not a rant, but my explanation to you guys. So this is definitely going to be uploaded. I love it. I think it's just pure quality AOR as well. It's classy. The singer is classy. I don't know how old he is, but he's got a, you know, he sounds like a seasoned, you know, vocalist. He sounds not old, but he sounds, you know, late 20s, early 30s, at their prime of vocal capabilities. You know, that soulfulness of his voice. A lot of people because I'm an idiot and I read comments while I'm doing reactions sometimes. I'm interested what people think of the song. And a lot of people saying, you know, 80s is back, 80s is back. I don't know about that. I mean, the melodic nature of this and the catchiness and hooks is there. That doesn't mean it's 80s. I think this has a real modern sound, a modern AOR sound. If I heard this for the first time, which I'm doing now, but I didn't know anything about it, it came on the radio, which wouldn't happen, would it? Because the radio's shit. But if it did, I would never think this was out of the 80s. I would think that is really cool, modern AOR. With, you know, just because it's catchy, it doesn't mean it's 80s. There's lots of catchy music about now. It doesn't have to sound like 80s. You know, you could argue that some of it, he's got that sort of groove or that sound, but I think it only touches upon 80s a little bit. I think this is really, you know, even the synth sounds are very modern sounding. It doesn't sound like it's come out of 1985 or 86. But that's not a bad thing, like I said. It sounds fresh, it sounds relevant, and it sounds modern. But it sounds fucking great. Really catchy chorus. I can imagine me now. I'm going to be singing that chorus. I will be singing that as soon as I do my reactions today. That's probably the one. I haven't heard the rest of the songs yet, obviously, that I'm doing reactions for. But I can imagine that coming back to me sometime during the day and me singing that for sure. Satellite golden. See, already the hook's there, for sure. It's really catchy, like really catchy. But I'm really looking forward to the rest of this. Obviously, it ain't all about Santiago singing. It's about other people in this band as well. I think it's almost like there's musicians that are being pulled from other projects and stuff, which is cool. You know, I think it's important that it's sometimes weird with these albums that involve lots of musicians, or when it's not. You know, I only get really put off of the albums that have loads of vocalists, because vocals play an important part to me. I'm more interested in the same vocalist being across the album. Some of these albums, you know, that pull like 10 vocalists in, for some reason, I'm like, I can't get into it as much. But as long as the vocalist is the same, I'm fine with that. Whether it's a band or a project, I'm fine as long as the vocalist is the same across the album. That's a bit weird for me, I know. Other people might think different. Let me know in the comments below what you prefer. But there's something about that. There's something about having the same vocalist across the album that resonates with me more. There you go. Another thing you didn't know about me. I've probably said it before, actually. But here we go for the rest. Really looking forward to the rest. Here we go, guys.
Up to give
Great man, great video, great song, great solo. Love the way it broke into that solo following the melody of the song. Really important for me. That it's, you know, got a real melodic nature to it, and it's hooky, the solo as well, and that definitely was. I could imagine that embedding its way into my head as well, even the solo. Really catchy song, man. I was trying to think, like, who does the vocalist remind me of? And he went into that lower range, and I was thinking, is it Coverdale? And I thought, in some respects, yeah. You know, we're talking classic Coverdale now. But definitely, like, as the song went on, and even the way, almost the way he looks, and, you know, the way he acts in the video, almost got a Jolene Turner vibe about him for me. Vocally as well, the way he expresses himself and the words, almost like the Sunstorm era of Jolene Turner, especially the first couple of albums, almost could be plucked off of one of those for sure. Was it the Sunstorm self-titled, and was it House of Dreams or something like that? I think the second one was called. But it almost gives me that vibe, that classic melodic rock vibe that we all love, man. We all do. But yeah, great melodic rock with a little touch of 80s, but you know, it's the thing is, it's 80s is a selling point, isn't it? As soon as Frontiers says 80s inspired, people of my age, they resonate towards that, and they, oh, check that out, melodic rock, you know, 80s. But I don't know, I think sometimes, you know, you can't keep harking back to the 80s, guys. Although that was a great period in rock and metal, perhaps we'll never get beaten. Let's live in the here and now. Let's listen to great bands like this, because I'm hoping, like, you know, in about 15, 20 years, we can say, you know, oh, remember the music, man, of the 2020s. Well, how fantastic was that? Melodic rock. That's what we want, really. Stop going too far back. Let's look in the here and now, guys. What a fantastic song, though. Let me know in the comments below of Satellite Falling. What do you think of it? See you soon.